It all began in the 700s. The Visigoths had ruled Spain for several hundred years, and rumor has it that either a Christian chief went to North Africa pleading Musa ibn Nusayr to help overcome the tyrannical Visigoth ruler of Spain, Roderick, or the Muslims were simply acting on their drive to conquer more land. Regardless, General Tariq was sent to Spain with 7,000 troops, and in 711 AD, and by 720 the majority of Spain was under Muslim rule. Amir Abd ar-Rahman I helped establish rule over Córdoba, Spain, and began constructing the Great Mosque of Córdoba.
Islamic architecture uses many ornamental, decorative methods on the inside of their mosques. Muqarnas vaulting adorns the inside of the domes with a honeycomb-like pattern. Mosaic tiles arranged throughout the mosques create a geometric pattern, which symbolizes the orderly yet beautiful religious practices that take place within the mosques. Calligraphy is also used to decorate the mosques with quotes or ideals from their holy book, the Quran. Colors were often an important addition to their buildings because it clearly separated the important structures from the desert-like landscape around them. The structural dome was first used in the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem and has since been used in many mosques, including the Mosque of Córdoba. The onion dome is supported by pendentives, piers, columns, and a collection of archways, decorated with muqarnas and monochromatic carvings into the vaulted ceilings. Several other types of arches are the ogee arch, keyhole arch, and the rounded arch. The minaret was added to mosques and other buildings so that the muezzin or crier could call out to Muslims when it was time to pray. Mosques could have as many as 6 minarets, standing as landmarks for the Islamic culture. Water basins and fountains are one of the most important aspects of Islamic architecture. Situated within the building's courtyard, the rainwater could be easily collected and access to this water was centralized. This made it convenient for use for cooking, cleaning, bathing, and to use in spiritual practices.
In 785, Abd ar-Rahman began construction of the mosque. He included 11 longitudinal naves and 110 columns, abnormally oriented north to south. Legend has it that the location of the mosque was originally on the site of a Visigoth basilica of San Vicente. Capitals and fusts were said to be reused from this structure. Abd ar-Rahman II, the son of Abd ar-Rahman I, constructed the first minaret, the absolution basin, and added on to the hall, part of which was used for women's prayer. The third phase of construction, in 930 AD, was undertaken in the rule of Al-Hakim II. He added 12 more naves and addressed the increasingly darkening inside due to the expansions and blocking of natural light by constructing vaults with skylights. The fourth and final Islamic expansion of the mosque occurred under Al-Mansur around 987 AD. He extended the whole complex toward the east by 8 naves. The mosque in the time of Al-Mansur was the climax of the Great Mosque of Córdoba. Soon after the time of Al-Mansur, the Christians reconquered Spain and renovated the mosque by making a few adjustments in the center, while respecting as much of the form and structure from the past as possible, creating the Cathedral Mosque of Córdoba. As mentioned before, water was a central aspect in Islamic architecture. Practically, it provided cooling in the hot and dry climate through a passive cooling method. Furthermore, the physical washing with water provided cooling and cleaning of the body. Visually, it differentiated from the monochrome desert, and symbolically, it represented life-giving, sustaining, and purifying aspects of water mentioned in the Quran. In the context of the Mosque of Córdoba, the water basin serves more of the symbolic purposes, because Córdoba is not in a desert. As well, the courtyard is so large that any passive techniques the water employs would have no effect. Islamic city planning often focused on the sensible ordering of the city's quarters. Each city tackled the challenge of ordering living, religious, farming, and manufacturing quarters. A commonality, however, is that their cities were all compact and close-knit.
Islamic architecture advanced very quickly, developing massive mosques and decorative domes. We can see that they value the peace and beauty of a space through their forms, but don't sacrifice the sustainability and practical usage of a building to do so. Their dedication to ancient structures and beliefs encourages them to repurpose and develop ancient mosques to suit their religious practices, ultimately creating lovable, monumental architecture.